All right, guys, so over the last few weeks, a lot of teachers have come under fire for political messaging in the classroom. Okay, we had a teacher that was telling kids to pledge allegiance to the pride flag. We had a full-blown Antifa member that was teaching in the classroom, basically trying to get kids to go to Antifa rallies, okay, and protest and support Antifa, right? Now, all these teachers, of course, lost their jobs for trying to indoctrinate children in the classroom, and you would think that a lot of these teachers across the country that are thinking about indoctrinating their kids into woke ideology would think twice, right? And the ones that are currently doing it, you would think they'd be like, you know what? I want to save my job. I'm going to pull down all the woke political propaganda in my classroom and just play it safe. However, that's not the case, as the craziness continues to ratchet up. This time, we have a teacher that put up a F the police and F America with 3 Ks, right? KKK flags in a Los Angeles classroom. This was probably the most egregious one I've seen. I don't know, maybe the teacher encouraging kids to go to Antifa protests. That's probably the worst one, but this is definitely up there as well, okay? A classroom at a Los Angeles public high school was decorated with hateful posters reading F the police and F America, as well as a Black Lives Matter flag photo show. The vicious anti-American posters shared on social media adorn a history classroom at Alexander Hamilton High School. One picture shows a poster declaring F America, KKK, this is native land, and another taking aim at law enforcement officials. Bruh, you gotta love it when people want to say that this is native land, as if these same people are gonna get off of the land, right? So are you gonna leave and go back to where you're originally from since you don't feel like this land belongs to us? It's almost like these people are just upset with history, and I don't understand why. And if you are so upset about it, why don't you just go somewhere else? But see, they won't do it, right? They won't get off the native land. Policing is a violent anti-black settler institution that originated as slave patrols, the poster reads. Again, this is another one of my favorite ones. As if just because, back during the early days of slavery, there was some slave patrols, right? That they argue that, well, that was the precursor to police. That doesn't mean that the concept of policing comes from those slave patrols. That's not what it means, right? The concept of policing has been around since forever, right? I'm sure there were white people that needed to be policed during the slavery days as well, not just slaves, okay? The concept of policing has been around since ancient society. It did not originate during slavery. Again, these people just have this really stupid understanding of history, and it's so annoying. The primary mandate is to protect property and to militarily enforce white supremacist capitalism. They are doing their jobs as they are trained and paid to do. You can't fix what isn't broken. This is why we fight for police and prison abolition. F the police. So this teacher is a full-blown Marxist. Okay, they're full-blown Marxists. They're far left, probably an Antifa sympathizer, basically putting the message that we need to fight for police and prison abolition. Get rid of police. Get rid of prisons. Where would all the criminals go? They'll just let the criminals run wild. Take all of society's guns, right? The good guys' guns. Let the criminals have all the illegal guns. Okay? And you have no prisons or police to try to stop those criminals. That's the type of society that a lot of these people want us to live in, guys. That's what they want when they say this type of stuff. Another image shows a classroom blackboard covered with a Palestinian flag, as well as a pride and transgender banners alongside another supporting Black Lives Matter. A U.S. flag, meanwhile, appeared to be draped over a piece of furniture in a corner. Okay, so yeah, hang up all the, woke indoctrination flags. Put the old American flag in the corner on a couch. So disrespectful, man. So disrespectful. The divisive display was shared Tuesday on Twitter by Parents Defending Education, which describes itself as a website as a national grassroots organization fighting indoctrination in the classroom. Definitely need a lot more of that, for sure. That's one of the things I do like about 2021, is the rise in the conservative movement fighting against indoctrination in the classroom. I think that that's a very important thing Because this stuff does start in the classroom, guys. It starts in the schools, and that's what affects the next generation. This is why we're currently at the point we're at right now, is because these colleges have gone super liberal. And these Democrats have essentially put students in debt and have told these kids that in order for them to be successful in life, they have to go to college, aka get indoctrinated in liberal ideology. And this is what has led us, right? Everybody that graduates college is basically a woke revolutionary now. However, the group's president and founder, Nicole Neely, describes herself as a think tank executive on her LinkedIn profile and has worked in senior positions for conservative groups, including the Independent Women's Forum and Cato Institute, according to the group's website. Still, the spiteful rhetoric highlighted by the group had many on social media question if the posters could be regarded as hate speech. Another critic suggested the display looked like a lesson on the history of art as a political propaganda. Yes, that's exactly what it is. It's political propaganda. Look at this, man. Look at this. Classic communist / Marxist indoctrination. Many call for the unnamed teacher who reportedly hung the banners to be fired. Quote, seriously, what is going on at our schools? Another tweet read, where are the principals? This teacher needs to go. All right, so this teacher is unnamed, okay? And I wonder why. Well, I think it's because all these other teachers who happen to get exposed, they lose their jobs, okay? Because they know this is not something they're supposed to be doing, right? So this one happens to be unnamed. Now, the question of where are the principals actually endorse this type of stuff. That's another issue, guys. The administration in these schools are cool with this type of stuff. Because, guys, these administrators do evaluations, right? They walk into the classroom and they sit and they observe what the students are learning, right? They walk by the classrooms, or at least they should be. So you cannot convince me that a lot of these administrators and principals don't know. They do know, but they're okay with it, right? Until the parents found out about it, and then they backlash, and then all of a sudden the principals want to act like, oh, we didn't know. We had no idea, when they knew the whole time. They've been endorsing it, okay? Because if that wasn't the case, you would never see this happen. You would never see it happen if the principals were doing their jobs, but they're not. Meanwhile, others question whether the signs were just merely a part of a classroom discussion. Quote, I love how we hear the whole story so we can put these posters in context and get teachers reasoning for this, one sarcastic tweet read. Oh, wait, never mind. We're jumping immediately to fire the teacher because we're afraid of confronting ideas that offend us. It continued. Well, listen, here's the thing. I would buy into that if we had not had the left go after teachers and students who post right-wing political messaging in their class, right? So if you post a Trump poster, right, some type of Republican stuff, even an American flag, there were people going after teachers and students for that. So obviously they didn't get the benefit of the doubt of saying, wait, hold on. Let's hear the whole story, okay? Let's hear the reasoning for this. Are you guys afraid of confronting ideas? Nobody said that. Everybody thought that, oh, no, you shouldn't have this in the class. Now, all of a sudden, when it's left-wing stuff, oh, wait, you guys are afraid of confronting ideas. When that's not the case at all. Again, like I've said, and I'll continue to say it, you can either have everything or you can have nothing. I do understand the free speech argument for, allowing teachers to have stuff like this. But again, if you're going to do that, then everything has to be fair game. Not just some things, everything. If everything's not fair game, then you can't have any of it. Then teachers just shouldn't be allowed to do it, period. It should just be complete neutrality. I don't feel like that's a hard concept to grasp. In a statement to the Post on Friday, a spokesperson for the Los Angeles Unified School District, the nation's second largest public school, serving nearly 630,000 students, said the posters have since been brought down after being up for at least the bulk of this week. Most students in Los Angeles returned to classes on August 16th. The district did not comment on who hung the posters or if any action was taken against the person. Of course not. They weren't fired, right? Why they fired them for stuff they agree with? Because they endorsed it. Like I said, these principals go into these classrooms, guys, all the time. They knew it was there. The only reason they said something about it, the only reason they're doing something about it is because they got caught. It did not provide any further information or context explaining why the signs were on display in the classroom. However, the district noted policy requiring both students and adults to treat all persons equally and respectfully while not using slurs against anyone on the basis of race, language spoken, color, sex, religion, handicap, national origin, immigration status, age, sexual orientation, or political beliefs. Teachers are expected to reflect district policies of inclusion while decorating their classrooms according to the statement. Quote, any displays that are determined to be overtly or objectively political or otherwise run afoul of our policies of inclusion and respectable treatment of others will be taken down and will be handled administratively, district officials said. Nevertheless, not every subjective belief that any one display is political can be accommodated in a district as large and diverse as LA Unified. Okay, so yeah, basically they're covering for the teacher because they've seen across the country all these other teachers get fired for this same type of nonsense. So obviously they're trying to cover for the teacher here. And like I said, guys, I think that this whole like movement of trying to get woke indoctrination out of the classroom, I think that it is one of the bright spots of 2021, to be quite honest with you, because again, I don't think it really belongs there. And I think that that's where, you know, a lot of this stuff is happening. It's happening in schools, right? And these teachers should not be political activists in the classroom, okay? One way or the other. But hey, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised in a place like LA, they take it down now, and the next week is back up once everybody kind of moves on from this. So who knows? Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.